gonna be shut out. And that's the same story with
Noah.
Noah,
yeah.
because the Most High shut the doors.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And them people were banging on the doors, screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Noah kind of felt bad for him. You know, you hear that squealing and babies crying. But Most High said, no, they're gonna be, I'm gonna sacrifice them, man. Yep. You know? Open the door, no one please. That was it on that.
If I may say, them scoffers and scorners, that's what they say now. They're saying, open the door of understanding to us. Open the door, and we're like, we ain't got time to open the door.
Yeah, what these guys that are scorners and scoffers that come up against us and talk shit about us, they're the 5 virgins that had no oil.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get it, but they can't get it, man.
Yeah. We ain't got time to open the door to you. Besides, Yahushua closed the door. That's in Revelation. He said, if I close the door.
Yeah, he said we can't give you any oil because there's not enough for us and you.
Right.
Go to the sellers and buy.
Right.
You got to figure this thing out for yourself, man.
Exactly. And you can't figure, if Yahushua closed the door, that's in Revelation.
Right.
I opened the door and no man can shut it. I close the door and no man can open it. So if Yahushua closed the door on you, that's it.
I got it real quick. This is Genesis 7 and 16.
Yeah, the door is your mind.
This is going back to the
Spirit,
ark.
mind.
Yep.
Yep. Verse 15, it says, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, which I think they tell it that Christians say 7.
No. It says 2 and 2 of all flesh. It was animals, 2 by 2 and 7 by 7 clean.
I think they say only 2 in there, 1 of each.
No, but as you read on, it says 7 by 7.
7 by 7.
It was the clean.
Yeah, because the clean animals you're going to eat, so there had to be some to reproduce. The unclean animal, you only brought 1 of each, a male and a female, because you don't eat those. You know?
Yep. It says...
it's easy.
It's easy. It says, verse 15, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as the Most High commanded, and the Lord shut him in.
Lord shut him in. Yep. So where we at? Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
So this is Wisdom.
And then we're gonna get ready to close on this one.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, and it says, 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
And that's what a lot of these Jakes do that make it in this society. Jake in the hip hop world, boxing world, entertainment world. They living good, man. They living better than Esau, man. I mean, they're really living. But they don't. But you know what? None of them guys. It says not many noble, not many wise. Okay.
Not many mighty.
Not many mighty.
God.
The ones that's gonna come into this thing are lowly people like us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Technically bumps. You know, base men.
No dummies.
Go ahead.
It reads, it says, let none of us go without his part about the voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this.
This is Esau's lot. He ain't gonna go past this thing that's gonna happen. When the missiles come and the smoke clear, Esau gonna be a slave, man. Chains on his ass, and that's scripture.
That's scripture.
Hey, Isaiah 24, Psalms 149. All right.
And many Isaiah 60.
Isaiah 60. Oh,
Come.
It reads therefore let us, matter of fact, let our strength be the law, matter of fact, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie await for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
He is not for our turn. There's nothing good come out of having a righteous person around you if you're a wicked. And that's why vocab and them is trying so hard to come up against us. Read that again, please.
Therefore, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressions of our education.
In other words, we cursing them out. Everything that they're about is wrong. Go ahead.
He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High Power.
And we do have the knowledge of the Most High Power.
They know it.
Go ahead.
And he calleth himself the child of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
An Israelite.
We are Israelites.
And they don't like that.
They don't like that.
That's
they
why
don't like that. And they in the super elite, they know.
They know.
They know that we're the Israelites, man.
Yeah. That's right. That's why they put that black, he's a black Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, like a wannabe.
Yeah. Well, they put the word black because they know the word black means
Evil.
void of light, darkness.
Go ahead, read on.
He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us.
Oh, he is made to reprove our thoughts.
Correct.
A lot of these Edomites that are in the know, they're losing sleep. Because they know that they're going into sleep. They know, the smart ones, the elite ones, they know that they're going into captivity.
Yeah, what are their thoughts? The scriptures say their thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their posterity to all their generations.
They're dwelling in all generations.
Yeah,
Right?
meaning the so-called New World Order. That's their thoughts. But it ain't gonna happen, man.
Go ahead.
He is grievous unto us to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
That's right.
Hey,
Meaning
that's
we
Jacob
ain't,
and Esau.
hey, meaning we ain't whipped. Like the average man, he's whipped. You know, whipped by his woman. That ain't us, man. We're different men.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and he maketh his boast that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is his father.
Oh, that's us.
That is our Father.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereby we cry, Abba, Father. Right? That's our Father too. Go
It ain't
ahead.
their father. That's why they're bastards.
Their father, ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and bold not in the truth.
Because there's no truth in him.
When he speak, he's a liar,
When
the
he
father
speaketh
of
a
it. He
lie,
speak of a lie, he's speaking of his own.
That's you so-called white people. Begin with your elites.
John 8,
We just want you to know that.
Go ahead, bring your precept out.
Yeah, it said that we call the wicked counterfeit. This is Jeremiah 6:30. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them.
That's it. And you know what a counterfeit is? To take something, break it, pull it out, and put another piece in there that don't belong in there. And paint it and make it look like the piece. So that's what he is, a counterfeit. He said, let's take the real Jew Israelites out, and let's take these fake people and call them Israelites and put them in.
Right.
Okay?
Hey, that's why like when you,
That, beautiful.
that's why like
24.
So like that's why when you go back and you research the history of the Khazars, you can't go back certain after a certain period because they cut that history out and they paid to get that history removed. So you can't see that their line went all the way back to the Edomites. You know?
Look at that.
I got
Goddamn devil.
real quick. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 17, concerning Edom, and the houses continue forever. It says, and Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. I can make a point. This is the first city mentioned in the Bible. And what does Cain do? He named it after his son.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yep. On point. Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
Well, they got us out the gate. You know, we was at the gate. Now we in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They didn't like us in the land of the elves, man. You know, the city.
That weed demon.
Yeah.
They got that weed.
Yeah.
But that's the queen, though, bro. That's the so-called black woman, the queen.
I ain't got no queen.
Go ahead.
It It says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways, as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the
one of his ways is to take that chip.
Yeah.
We're not gonna take that chip. And that's gonna mess up a lot of jakes out there that's in the different camps that teaching that the mark of the beast is Christianity. A lot of them guys are gonna bug out, man.
He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High Yahweh is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
That's why they're going to try to make a move on us. You know?
Well, they did today. What with that Elf City move?
After the next attack, don't be surprised. They try to come to your house, kick down the door open. You know, you get arrested. You know, brought to a detention center or whatever.
Yeah. Hey,
we anticipate that. We expect that.
yeah. Hey, cause
Somebody give me Revelation 2:10.
Yeah, because you already had some FBI agents and stuff go to different brothers in the different camps' houses, you know, inquiring about, you know, certain things. So you know, and then
When y'all remember years ago, you went down to D.C. and they had the feds following y'all around.
Oh yeah.
Black truck.
Yeah. Black Suburban.
Yep.
It was the head of D.C. that spotted them. Madagan. Yeah. The water.
Go ahead.
It reads, it says, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, or son of Yahweh, by Shem Shai, he will help him and deliver him.
So when they see like I said, the main thing that I see happening is when they really push that chip.
Yeah.
And that's when everything's gonna change, man.
Oh yeah.
That's when everything gonna move quick. So when the chip come, you know that the kingdom is right around the corner, literally. You know?
Yeah, America would really change after the next attacks.
Oh hell yeah, change dramatically. It changed
Overnight.
Overnight. Yep.
Because you saw that with 9/11. The day before 9/11, everything was carefree. Then 9/11 happened. New York ain't never been the same.
Yeah, I remember when that happened because I was doing the deliveries.
Yeah.
Working for a particular company.
Yep.
And I was going to different bars and different office buildings. And you know what? In New York, I don't know how far up, but in the New York area, they closed about 12 o'clock. They closed all the businesses. All the businesses, all the different business offices, they would close all that down. So there was people that were going to bars. So I would go into bars, and everybody was looking at. They all had the TV, looking at the buildings, and all of a sudden the buildings crumbled down. That was fucking these people head up, man. You know. And Jay and Esau got nervous, man.
Oh yeah.
They don't let people over. They only let like medical personnel over the bridges.
Well, there was a point for a couple of months where they had checkpoints. If you came over the Washington Bridge, you came from whatever bridge or tunnel
downtown,
you came in on, they were checking shit, man. If you came from Yonkers or whatever, you came into Manhattan. No, if you was in the Bronx, you came into Manhattan, they were checking you, man.
Yeah. So after the next attacks, that's really going to ramp up. You're going to have checkpoints everywhere.
Drive a U-Haul truck or a box truck on the lower level of the bridge.
Well, I remember they did that, and they kept it going. They kept it going, yeah. Check that out. Oh yeah, give me that. Revelation 2:10.
This is Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. It says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life.
So we're going to be tested one way or another.
Yeah, because you just read that we're going to be the Inquisition, right? They're going to do an Inquisition on us. Let us see if the Father is really with them. And what the scripture say there, you just read be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of
Well, the
life.
ultimate test is that chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they're gonna know whether you with them or against them. That chip. Like I said, people are gonna bug the fuck out when they make that chip mandatory. Cause there's gonna be a lot of Jasons just gonna take it because they don't watch our videos, man. But then you got a lot of a lot of alphabet groups of Israelites that, let's say some brothers follow the IUIC, others follow ISUPK, others follow this group, that group. When that chip come, what are they gonna be thinking about? They're gonna be thinking about what the different camp leaders said, what the GMS say about the chip, what this group say about it, and a lot of them not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tug of war in their brains, man.
Plus, if I may say, a lot of Jakes, they're going to get destroyed too. Because Esau just going to go crazy. Well, it tells you, a devil coming down, Revelation 12 and 12.
Having great wrath for, if you have a short time.
Right. Then in the Apocrypha it says, still spoiling and destroying them that fear the Lord.
Yeah, I got that.
And we are the ones that fear the Lord.
Yeah.
Then it shall be known who am I chosen.
I got that.
All right, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm going to start with 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
Or the burning wrath is kindled over you. One reason is because we're bringing out that they're the Edomites. And like the brother, like I said, from upstate, he brought out that Esau is mad at the fact that we're bringing out who they really are according to the Bible. They don't want that information out there. So the Lord is raising us to push that information, and that's making them mad. The elites are getting, because they didn't want that. You think they never knew they were Edomites? They always knew they were Edomites, but they hid that information. So now the Lord put the Spirit on us to bring it out. They don't want that out there.
Positive bar. They had this, that saying they got the greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
Right, he never existed.
He never existed, but now that trick is up.
Yeah.
Through the Spirit.
The jig is up.
That's his biggest trick.
So the jig is up. Yeah.
Jig is up, dude.
Go ahead.
It reads, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
There you go.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
And that's not just us, that's talking about all them Israelites. A lot of those entertainers, if they don't fully sell out, they're going to take what they got, man. Go ahead.
Well, wait a minute. What is that? A detention center. Cast them out of their house. Where they going to go? And they showed you that in different movies. Concentration camps, detention centers, and those things are not built to be comfortable. All right? Yeah, Gray State's another one. They got guillotines in there. They got weapons of torture.
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. So it's about to get really real, man.
I got a precept real quick.
It's about to get real.
This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoils shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity. And the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle.
Going back to 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh by Shem Shai. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Gotta believe that, man.
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh by Shem Shai is your guide.
Is your guide. Yep.
And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahweh.
Oh, another thing that folk having them teach is that the laws are done away with. You don't have to keep the laws. Yeah, but you know what, man? I asked them the same question. I said, when are you guys going to dress up like a woman? They ain't going to do that, man. Oh, except for James Woods.
Reads, it says, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
That's it. So now let's go back to What verse we in Wisdom of Solomon?
Okay, so
It says here, it says so, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of it. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
oh,
Yeah, despitefulness and torture. Go ahead.
no, if I may,
Oh,
Apostle
somebody
Charles,
hold
yeah.
Revelation, or go to Revelation 20 verse 4.
Let us examine them with what? Torture. Now, like I said, in those centers, they got different weapons of torture. This guy brought it out. Tex Mars, he did something on the
Which
concentration.
he died, I believe.
Yeah,
Was it him or his brother?
Text Mars.
Was it him or is another guy named
I'm not
Mars?
sure.
Look it up.
Yeah,
One
he
of them
said.
died. Go ahead.
He said in the center, he said there was thumb screws and skull crushers and then he brought out America is the #1 exporter of torture instruments. America, which makes sense because America means bitter, and torture is bitter.
Yep.
So it's a lot of them guys think this is a fucking joke. Yep. That's when they're gonna realize, you know what, shit, this ain't no fucking joke. These guys were real.
They said after the shooting in Florida, they want to start detaining people that put anything crazy on their social media posts or say anything
Oh yeah, that's what they
crazy
were
on
saying.
YouTube.
Yeah.
They got
Well,
laws like
but so that brings me to this. When you go on YouTube, you don't got to say no crazy shit. Just teach the scriptures.
That's it.
Say blah blah blah. The topic is this. This is what's going to happen. Give me a scripture. Give me a scripture. If you talk and you got a scripture to back up what you're saying, you doing the right thing, man.
Yeah.
Which when you say America is going to be destroyed according to the scriptures, to them that is crazy. You heard that nigga, America.
Well, that's why you got to tell them, because that's Babylon. Let's go to
That's right,
Isaiah
that's right.
13. Let's go to Revelation 18.
Yep.
You know.
I have that in Revelation 20 and 4.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4.
It says, let me get that light real quick.
Somebody give him a light.
I have a light on I have a light.
This is Revelation 20, verse 4.
Hold it from.
It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that was beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shah and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither received his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or on their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shah 1,000 years.
Yeah, so everybody's going to be confronted. Every individual on the planet is going to be confronted with that, taking that chip. And then you're going to say no, and they're going to do whatever the hell they're going to do with you, man.
Yeah. In Gray State, the last scene they showed was a guy being led to the guillotine. And by the way, the guy I think who wrote it, they killed him. Yeah, he and his wife, and his daughter. Yeah. And then they made
they
great.
hated what he said, what he did.
Yeah, and then they made it a whole nother movie.
Yeah.
What it was supposed to be.
Made it a documentary. It was supposed to be actual movie. They made it into one of them fucking Alex Jones documentary.
Check that out. So let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon to finish this up.
It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
And let me say this, what's heavy is this Yahweh Shai speaking as King Solomon, and he's speaking about something that's going to happen from his time almost 3,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about, when he wrote that was 2,800 some odd years ago.
Yeah. And in a way, that's the same thing they did to Yahweh Shai. He was examined and tortured. When they put the crown of thorns, you had them chief priests around him. You're the son of the Most High, slapping him. So he said the servant is not greater than his master.
Yeah, Matthew's 10.
Right, so if he suffered like that, we're going to suffer like that.
Yeah, Matthew's 10 is a hell of a chapter. That's a hell of a chapter, man.
And then Peter said, arm yourselves likewise. Meaning put it in your mind the same way Yahweh Shai suffered, we're going to suffer. No?
Go ahead.
It reads, such things, matter of fact, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As for the mysteries of Yahweh Bashem
Oh, for their own wickedness blinded them. That's them guys that became scoffers and scorners. Their own wickedness had blinded them, man. They're coming up against us like we're the worst things on the planet. They don't talk bad about Esau, man.
Nope.
Them guys that scoff us, check out if they made a video getting down on Esau.
Oh, hell
they
no.
only get on us, man.
They love Esau.
They basically saying that we worse than Esau, man.
Well, they love Esau.
Oh, the hell yeah, they love Esau.
They love that devil.
They love him.
Go ahead.
It says, as for the mysteries of
Well,
Yahweh,
that's why Yahweh Shai said what he said to the
You have the father,
you're the father of the devil. Because
talking
they
to
were
niggas
doing,
like
they were
that.
doing the bidding of the damn devil.
Yeah,
man.
that's right. That's right. Oh, they'd kill us if they could.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, them scoffers, if they had a chance to kill us, it's done.
Yep, that's it.
Right?
it says, as for the mysteries of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they knew them not, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for the blameless souls. For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Can I just read down a little bit more?
Go ahead.
This is this is chapter 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh by Shem Shai, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
That's it.
Having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Hey, the Lord considers that a little chastisement.
So we're looking for that great reward.
Great reward, yeah.
It says, for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Tested them.
As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Yeah, Daniel 12.
That's spiritual power.
Yep. We're going to have a glow about us.
Yeah, good.
Go ahead.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion.
Hold on, wait a minute. What about that vocab?
That's Revelation 2 and
Judge the
26.
nations.
That's real talk.
Real talk.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
Dominion.
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 Rulership.
And their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And such
Damn, that's powerful.
you had to savor that, man. You had to savor that.
and such as be faithful in love shall hide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath cared for his elect.
Care for his elect.
It says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable.
Yeah.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
He said we were liking on to burn offerings. It's a spirit, because me and this brother did a show during the week that this is a modern day version of putting something on the altar and sacrificing to the Lord. This is our Romans chapter 12 verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is a reasonable service.
Which is your reasonable service.
Modern day sacrifice is doing this thing right here.
That's it. Anyway, with that, we're going to close. And like I said, kiss 34th Street goodbye. We ain't going back down there no more. You know? Hey, so let's close it up, line up, do what we got to do, and be out of here.
Business is taken care of.
Okay, let's close it up.